If you're selling your home, should you take the first offer or should you wait to see if another higher offer comes in later? That's the question we're going to ask in today's video, and we're going to get started right now. Hi, my name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Omaha, Nebraska. Now let's jump into today's topic. When you receive an offer on your home, you have three choices. 1, accept the offer. 2, you can reject the offer. Or 3, you can counter the offer. If you accept the offer, congratulations, you just sold your home. The home is now under contract and moving toward closing. If you reject the offer, the buyer has two options. The buyer can A, come back with a higher offer, or move on to another house. If, as a seller, you counter that original offer, the buyer has three choices. The buyer can, 1, accept your counter offer, and if they do, congratulations, your home is now under contract. 2, they can reject the counter offer and go away, or they can make a counter to your counter offer. As a seller, you need to understand that if you decide to counter an offer, even just by 1 penny, the buyer can walk away from the deal. Be very careful if you counter a good offer because the buyer can go away, and sometimes you only get one shot at that buyer. When you're selling your home, the best time to receive the most amount of money is when the home first hits the market. It's critical to price it right from the start. And you might ask, well, can't we just lower the price later on? You can, but you ruin the best time to be on the market. Well, what about waiting? Some sellers make the mistake of waiting for more offers to come in. However, there is a problem with waiting because purchase agreements have an expiration date. For example, let's say you're selling your home for $375,000 and an offer comes in at full price, but the offer expires tomorrow at noon. If you accept that offer after the offer expires, then you don't have a contract. As a seller, you might want to list your home on Thursday and say, hey, seller to review all offers on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. However, that doesn't mean the buyer has to abide by that in their offer. A buyer can view your home on Thursday, write an offer on that property, let's say for $400,000, but they say, hey, the offer expires at Friday at noon. And you, as a seller, even if you intend to review all offers on Sunday evening at 6 p.m., you can do whatever you want. Ultimately, the contract is between the buyer and the seller. The seller is within their rights if they want to accept an offer, and by law, agents have to present all offers. Some sellers make the mistake of rejecting a good offer when it comes in, thinking, well, more offers are going to be coming in. And they reject a perfectly good offer. Now, I had a seller a few years back. They listed their home for $375,000 and they received a full price offer on day one. And they rejected that offer. And a few days later, they settled on $365,000 because no other offers came in. They would have been much better off accepting the original offer and then being done. And I had another seller, and this goes back probably 17 years, but they had listed their home for $132,000 and they received an offer the first week for $130,000. They accepted the offer, and during the home inspection and radon test, the home tested high for radon, and the buyers requested the sellers to install a radon mitigation system. And that would have, at the time, cost them somewhere around $1,000. So the sellers would have netted $129,000. Just so you know, if you're not from around Omaha, radon is a colorless, odorless, radioactive gas that's been linked to lung cancer. About 50% of the homes in eastern Nebraska have high levels of radon. You can test for radon, and if high levels of radon are present, you can ask the seller to install a radon mitigation system. Well, now in this case, the seller was having none of it. The deal fell apart and the home went back on the market. And the seller said the fateful words of, oh, don't worry, there'll be more offers. Well, here's the lesson here. Don't buy your home back over $1,000 repair. Make the repair and move on. Now, at the time, a radon mitigation system would have ran somewhere around $1,000. Now, today, a radon mitigation is going to be a little bit higher. It might be, $1,700 to $2,000, depending on the home. Now, the home had high radon, And now that had to be disclosed to all potential buyers. And guess what? Those new buyers, they're going to want to have a radon mitigation system installed. Now, after the home went back on the market, it lingered on the market. They got 2 more offers, none of which came together. And then finally, they accepted an offer for $126,000. The sellers had to pay $4,000 of buyer's closing costs. And during the inspection, they called out the roof, and the new buyers wanted the roof replaced. The roof set them back about $8,000, and they didn't receive a final offer until the spring. So they had about 6 months of monthly payments on a vacant home, which cost them around $4,000. Now they still had to install a radon mitigation system, and that cost them $1,000. So in reality, they could have made the $1,000 repair and would have been done. Instead, the home went back on the market, and that repair, instead of costing $1,000, it cost them $20,000. And here's something that's bad, and that is you won't know you made this mistake until you have the benefit of hindsight. Sometimes you have to make the best decision with what facts you have right in front of you. Times change and markets change. When you're selling your home, time is not your friend. I know sellers are afraid of leaving money on the table. Homes sell for market value, and sometimes you only get one shot at a buyer. A home is only worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it. Now, when you're selling your home, the goal is to sell the home. One of the 3 biggest stressors in life are death, divorce, and moving. Selling your home is not fun. You do a lot of work in terms of prep, and you're emotionally tied into the home, and you do a lot of work with your home. And then you put it on the market, and then people pick it apart. It's tough. And if you want to learn more, be sure to watch this next video, and you make it a great day.